What's up?
Nothing much. How about you? There we go.
Not much.
There we go.
Can you hear us pretty good?
I can hear you good. Can you hear me good?
Oh,
Excellent.
yeah.
Excellent.
We're all can hear.
We are all hearing. We're all hearing great. I love this.
Yeah.
We're all
Man.
here. We're all snowed in too.
Yeah. Nice and cold today. Nice and chipper.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bit of a cold one. Yesterday though, how about all that snow?
How about all that snow?
I'm debating just like selling my.
I had to shovel it.
I know. I had to shovel it twice. I was gonna say like I'm gonna get rid of my snowblower and I'm just gonna invest in a flamethrower and I'll just do the whole
Whoa.
block.
That's the
Ooh, you should do that. I
Right?
think
I don't know that the neighbors. He might trend really quick.
no need for salt.
On YouTube. Really, you will go trending very, very quickly, I think.
Yeah. You're the man that lit the neighborhood on fire.
Yeah. Remember that guy who had a flamethrower? Yeah, he
That
dead.
Dude had a flamethrower.
Yeah.
it's get
I
off
should probably.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone else has done that. I'm pretty sure some guy was joking about that in the States. He just said fuck it, went down his driveway, just flamed.
That's
I
right.
saw it. Mowing his lawn, right? He did it for his lawn, didn't he?
No. It was snow.
Oh, was it snow? Why would you?
It was for snow.
Oh,
Why
That
would you?
reminds-
Why would you flame
Like,
a lawn?
yeah, we gotta get this. He's
well, if you
happy.
don't want to cut your grass, if it's that bad, you're like, screw it.
No.
Say goodbye, grass.
Anyway,
Yeah.
what's up? Thanks for hanging out with us today.
What's up? Thanks for having me on here. Oh my god, I feel so honored, honestly.
Oh,
Honestly.
Well,
Because
that's very kind.
I've honestly I've run from with P&A for probably over 10 years now, and like ever since I was introduced to me, oh my god, has my life ever changed for the better?
like PMA, the positive mental attitude, like life.
Attitude, yep.
And according
Yeah.
to Jeremy, the podcast has been going for 10 years.
No. So no, he's lying.
So it
So
ranges from
I-
like 3 to 10
So
years.
when I'm doing math equations, I round up a little bit. So like I say like it's like 4.
Yeah, it's like 3 to 10.
Yeah, honestly, that's like me in my career. I honestly have no idea how long I've been really doing it, and who's to say when I really started? Because
No, we can really say because there's a
beginning.
we can say there's a definite
There's a
moment.
digital footprint
There's a
that
digital
says
footprint that says a date. You did
There's
not start 10
I
years ago.
thought lipstick 15 years ago.
Yeah. Oh man. So
Yeah.
we'll get right into it. So
Yeah.
where did you grow up?
I grew up in Cambridge.
You did grow up in Cambridge. I thought you did.
Yeah, I'm Preston.
No way. What part of Preston did you grow up in?
Near Eagle Street. I don't know if you know of. It was cute. It's like a little bunch of group of houses. It was called Nantucket Village, and it was kind of like a newer subdivision in Preston. But yeah, originally I've been born in Toronto. I first moved to Cambridge when I was like 1, and I lived off Clyde Road, and that was something.
Is that fun?
In the old Galt there, but no, I was only there for a couple of years, and then the rest was Preston, and up until I was like 23, 24.
It's crazy how much Galt has blown up though, eh? Like to see like what used to be open fields is now like schools and houses, and it's amazing to see how much it's developed.
Well, yeah, because I just moved back last year, and I really haven't explored around here in like 6 years. Like so much has happened, so much difference.
And
is
now
going
if you head up number 8, they're redeveloping that, and they're going to put up like it's either going to be a Walmart or a Costco or something like that. Like it's just insane to see like what used to be farmers' fields to see that like
Farmers.
there was a field that Jeremy and I actually just used to use to
It was a
go
field of
snowmobiling,
dreams.
and out in the field we used to snowmobile, and there was nobody there ever. And now it's like it's
now
the
it's
one out by
industrial.
it's out by Toyota there. Like that whole field now is all just like factories and
I haven't even been around there. I didn't know that. That will trip me
Yeah.
out.
Well, when you
Yeah.
lived in Nantucket Village, did you live off Trico?
Yeah, love Ralph Trico. I lived on. Get this. This was my. Okay, Nantucket Village is cute enough, but this was my street name, Old Newbury Lane.
don't tell anybody where you
can't-
live, but
I live off Trico.
You can't find me now. God, that was a long
No,
time ago.
me. No,
no,
me.
we're off of Trico.
I live off Trico right
Yeah, no. Oh,
now.
no. I'm gonna come find you.
They can come and try.
Yeah.
I got
We got two dogs. We got one.
I got cameras.
We got dogs.
I'm a dog lover.
Yeah, we got dogs. That's what's up.
I'll put the dogs over.
What are you drinking? What do you got going on there? What are you drinking?
Well, I'm it's a martini, but
Okay.
does it really look like one? No.
Yeah. It's got a fancy straw, you know.
Martini with Fruitopia.
Okay, we're rocking. Yeah.
Don't knock it.
I got a mango to this. So we're doing this is like you're one of our second video podcasts, just so you know.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
no.
This is our second one. We're gonna.
I
It's
really
only
like this, you know?
only
Like,
4 Patreon subscribers.
Yeah.
Get on it. So I'm
too close. I feel like I should be back like you guys at a table. Like,
no, we're good.
You're good.
You're good.
You're
You're
good.
Right up close. Everybody can see you. I'm drinking the mango bubbly. Everybody, check that out.
I'm drinking the
Cup of
two milk.
It's 2 cream. Sorry.
Oh, 2 cream.
Yeah.
these are great. Honestly, yeah, I had a long day. Decided to fix myself a little alcoholic beverage
There
here.
you go. That's what's up. Just chilling.
There's one.
So, what would you say is like if you were to tell people like your career and what you are? You're a makeup artist. Is that what you would say?
I would call me what would the easiest way is pro moi. So like a professional makeup artist. I do basically everything in the world now. That's come through years of my career. So it's different. I'm an educator. I'm certified to certified other artists. I brand rep. I do my freelance. I do a lot of weddings. I do photo shoots. I do a bunch of stuff, and I'm still going.
Yeah.
I'm still learning.
Yeah. Still living the dream.
How did you get started doing that then?
I got started as a hairstylist, actually. I thought all throughout my teen years I wanted to be a hairstylist because I was in love with beauty and everything. But when I actually got into it, I wasn't really enjoying it, but I enjoyed the color theory. And I found, oh, I can do this with makeup. Okay. So I went back to school. I went to Voila Institute, which was like, they had a really small makeup course there. And like, I'll be honest, I didn't really learn a whole bunch there, but that's what I get. It was only like Wednesday nights and just to get my certification. That was about like 10 years ago now.
Is that
9
place
years
in Kitchener? Sorry, is that place in Kitchener?
Kitchener. Yeah, it's mostly known for hair, but it's like cool. But then they had a random makeup course there, and they had a girl like me there that could just certify us. So we just kind of learned through her. But we learned the basics. In our world, everything you gotta keep on. You gotta keep educating yourself because it changes every 5 minutes. So,
Really?
oh yeah, especially with social media. Social media is always like coming up with something, you know, and I have to stay there because if I let's say part of my educating, I go to like Saks, Nordstrom's, the Bays, Sephora's, Shoppers, and I educate our brands, which is under the Shiseido umbrella. I'm not sure if you guys know Shiseido, but we own a bunch of brands, and yeah, I kind of forgot where I was going with that.
No, you were asking where you kind of like started, like how do you get all kind of into it? So
well, basically with that, it's just just throughout my career, meeting people and saying yes, I'm the yes person. So
how do you teach a course on something that's constantly changing though? Like if you go from learning it at this level, doing it this way, but then all of a sudden social media brings out this whole other like different value and different aspect of it. Like it just seems like something that you would be teaching, but you would have to constantly be going to school and constantly being aware of like on the pulse kind of what's going on to even teach it or to learn it.
Yeah, you have to bring it upon yourself. So as a teacher, I'm still always a student. So I part of my job is I have to be on social media, whether I like it or not. Sometimes I have to be on the YouTubes and watch what they're doing. But at the end of the day, it always comes back to basics, I find. At the end of the day, color theory has never changed. There's a science to it. There you go. And then there's a product knowledge, product chemistry. A lot of it's still similar than it was like maybe in the 80s. And a lot of my mentors are from the 80s, and I have kind of like figured that out. And so when I look at a lot of product lines now, especially because I have worked with them, there's actually not a lot of new stuff that has come out. We're actually going back in time now with makeup. So it's actually gotten quite it's a little more simple, but it's definitely more intricate because a lot of people are getting more comfortable now with their expressions and everything, right? So it's more about like, I don't know, finding out what that is that social media is all about right now. Like for me, last year, one thing I was struggling with even as an artist is it's called graphic lining, and it became such a look last year. And these girls wanted to do it because the TikTokers and the influencers are doing it, but do they know how to do it? No, they don't know how to do it. And then I'm here, and then I got to figure out every eye shape and be like, okay, you want this certain look with this eyeliner and everything? Well, let's get back to basics here and you do the traditional, and then let's add from there. Like that's how I kind of teach now. I still teach the ropes first so that they can get a better understanding of what's going on in the now, because it all goes back to it.
I feel like that would be like a hard career to get into. Am I mistaken? I feel like, is there a lot of people that want to get into that field? It's kind of like, I feel like this is going to be maybe wrong to say, but I feel like girls growing up, they start off with they kind of like get makeup and get into makeup. It's kind of like guys in video games. Like, we want to play video games and get into like playing video games or be a professional. I feel like it would be a super hard thing to get into as a career because there might be a lot of people trying to do it.
Oh, heck yeah. Even at the beginning, actually, my mentality with it was I looked at it to make extra money on the weekends, because realistically, when I was getting out of the hair industry, funny enough, I started getting into transportation. So I was a dispatcher for truck drivers. I used to cross the border. I used to be in church and very eloquent with all that stuff. So I feel like that's kind of come into it. It's helped me a lot with my career.
Right.
Like with coordinating, because I was coordinating my whole job. And I've done a lot of managerial positions and stuff like that. But I feel like you need to be passionate to make it. Not to make it, but you got to keep going, because it's not perfect. It's not all butterflies. It's not looking beautiful. It's not looking cute or being a woman or whatever. It's and you know what? A lot of women, they go into it kind of thinking that way. You know, oh, in fact, I can do it on myself. This will be easy. And I go to work and I look good. No. I kind of thought the same thing, but no, there's much more to it. But the more I found out, the more I got addicted to it, because there's so much. And as a 31-year-old woman now, I appreciate it because I found an art that will always keep growing and always keep me inspired to keep going. There's no end point to it. You look at it that way and keep going.
Well, I remember the first time I met you was at Barber Pole, and you had this energy, like you had like this energy, and I think like that probably puts you out, like compares you to other people. Like when you show up, you have like an energy, you got a vibe, and it's fun. You know what I mean? Like if people are just like, hey, I'm just gonna like do your makeup, you're gonna have like a photo shoot. Like you're probably adding energy, because I would assume most times when people are getting makeup on, they want to go have fun. Like I would assume so, right?
It's a fun thing. It should never be a stressful thing. And you know what? Through my career, I've always told everyone that, oh my God, whether you like were one of my students or like a client of mine or just someone shopping at Sephora, like no, like I've always that you have to go in with the right energy. It's fun. At the end of the day, we are playing with makeup.
When you were in school, did they get you to do any like what's that called, Jeremy, when you go into like when you go into the job while you're in school?
Like a co-op?
Like a co-op type deal. Like were you doing any like weddings or anything like that while you were in school at all?
Oh no. And that's the thing. That's the hardest part starting out in this career is there's only one school, I believe, in Canada right now that can potentially hook you up with a job after, and that is CMU. And it's in Toronto, the College of Arts, and it's a price to pay, but at least you are being brought under by like very influential people in the system and everything. So they'll be able to kind of like pop you into a job right after school because they know you've had proper training. A lot of the times, makeup artistry, like you go somewhere and you get certified and everything, and then you're on your own. So it's all about like marketing yourself, networking, trying to build your kit. I will tell you, the one thing that really helped me out was working at Sephora. When I moved to Niagara when I was like 25 years old, and I that's when I just left that transportation job, and I never thought about working at a makeup store, but realistically, I only became a makeup artist for my weekends. So I'd be making my salary job money, and then on the weekends, I would just go and do freelance if I could. I never had a goal when I actually started off with makeup to be like, I want to do this, I want to do that. It was literally, I looked at it as extra income, already salary job that I had. But I moved to Niagara for my ex or whatever, and I needed a job out there. So then I was like, I'm a makeup artist, I might go there. But that store, like Sephora, taught me almost everything I know now.
Oh wow.
Exactly. Yeah, because I was able to build myself up in that company. I ended up becoming one of their senior artists, which we had to do certifications for and everything, so that I could certify the artist for Sephora Canada. And that was like in-depth education, like hardcore, like, and we had to do tryouts, I had to do all this stuff. So I just learned so much through all of that. And my mentor that helped me through all of that, because I was with Sephora for about 3 to 4 years. They're still like my best friends to this day. And Courtney, the one who's one of my biggest mentors, I actually work for her now in the brand industry. I met her through Sephora. So that's how I got into the brands I am in now. Because me and her used to work and email each other back and forth. I was Sephora, and then she worked for Shiseido, and it's build relationships. It's at the end of the day, it's networking yourself. It's making friends and being a good person. Okay, like you just be good. Just be good. All right.
Good.
Be humble. If you screw up, admit you screwed up. Like, no one's perfect. I feel like that's how I've gone through my career. I'm known as the humble artist, and it's because
you're humble.
Just humble. I'm just happy to be here, man.
The nice thing about Niagara Falls, though, is like it would be the perfect spot for anybody doing any type of wedding stuff, because like most people want to go next to the falls and get the pictures done, and like,
or like on the
so
lake,
having an artist like so having a makeup artist like yourself in Niagara, you could have like cleaned up, right?
New crew out in Niagara. So even though I moved to here, I'm in the summertime. I joined a bridal crew back out in Niagara again, and it's gonna be really nice. It's a bunch of like, I don't know, bunch of girls I've known over the years, and they've gotten together now. So I'm really excited. And then because we're opening back up, and hopefully we can get busy with the wedding season again.
I pray to God.
Weddings are insane money. They're insane. Like, man, I miss doing that. I miss freelancing a lot.
So I DJ weddings, and I just joined up with Gig Salad. Somebody, one of the clients that I had, they actually recommended me to go to Gig Salad because that's where they went first. And then somebody that was at one of my weddings said to use me. But then when I was finished the wedding, they go, you should join the Gig Salad because that's where we went initially to look for somebody.
Gig Salad?
So it's basically like an online database for in this area, and you can click on like what you're looking for in what area, and it gives you a price point. You can go in there and like your customers can go in and give you reviews. So obviously you're going to go to somebody that has like more reviews and more stars, right?
Hey, Gig Salad, we'll get a check for that.
Yeah, we'll take a cut off of that Gig Salad.
Give me a check.
Yeah.
So obviously so doing the trucking thing, the coordinating thing, was that like a dream, like to do like makeup full time? When did that happen for you?
Because if we go back to what you said before, I knew deep down like that, like, dreams can come true, don't get me wrong, but I do know if I really wanted to make it as a makeup artist and like have like a legitimate salary and everything like that, I'd really have to take it serious, and I'd really have to like be consistent with it and everything. So the coordinating, when I got out of there and I started with Sephora, I was only part-time, and I was like, oh, it was a good little start. But I ended up leaving Sephora 2019. That's when I left. And then I ended up a full-time makeup artist. I ended up getting under the Shiseido umbrella. And I realized there was all these people kind of waiting for me to maybe leave, which I didn't realize that, because in Sephora, if there's people who look at you and see what you're doing and everything, and I've met so many people through my Sephora career, it's called poaching. You're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to approach these artists because Sephora had a very strict policy on any of that talk like outside. It's like, well, we own this makeup artist. Meh, 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 meh.
Oh.
Yeah. So
If you're not signing a contract,
yeah, no, we have to do it. Sephora's weird, man. I had to sign a couple things. Like even when I left, they wouldn't they're not allowed to give references, anything. Like they're such like a private company. I don't know what to say that. Corporation.
Yeah.
I call them the man. That's what I call them. The
You're
man.
the man. Sephora, you're the man.
Working for the man. Working for the man, which is Sephora. Oh, like
So, but that seems so crazy. It's just like a company, like, and they sell like different products and stuff. So if you're an in-store makeup artist, you sign a contract and say, okay, we own you. We're gonna be in charge of what you do and where you go, and like.
oh yeah, and they were in control of like I had a social media contract too with them. And this was years ago when Sephora was like kind of like valid, I would say. They're not as I'm
throwing some shade. Throwing some shade.
oh,
Not as valid.
I saw the smoke. I saw the smoke.
I had another CEO going on. It was more fun. And if any of my friends like listen to this and watch this too, that they would understand it too. Sephora used to be all about artistry and having a good time and fun. Now it's a little bit more of that business. So because it was more artistry and education and everything back when I was working there, I couldn't post certain products if they weren't like I couldn't post my clients on here. If anything I was proud of, I couldn't post on here on my media.
Like if you were doing this podcast right now and you worked for Sephora.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't.
What?
You're not allowed to talk about us in there, and I'll be like, what the heck, man? Like either. But I don't think they care about any of that stuff anymore. They just used to be kind of like hardcore like that. I think there's other companies that are kind of like that too, and they've like simmered down on the strictness of things because it's not working out. Not working out.
It's called Nike.
That wouldn't have been our first run-in with someone saying that. I'm not allowed to talk about.
You're gonna have to cut that name, please, sir.
Or there's gonna be a lawyer contacting you maybe about something you've said.
Like even my friend, she was a YouTuber, and she was like decently big in Ontario for makeup and everything. And I met her when I worked at Sephora.
Oops.
And they told her like you got to delete your YouTube, which was at like 20,000, which is good.
That's good.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Someone who's just like toying around doing tutorials and stuff. Like she was known around Niagara. She would have been great for that Sephora, but they were all like, no, you're not allowed to talk about us in your videos. You're not allowed to say this.
Want to be known? Maybe because they want to control the brand and how it looks. Maybe.
Yeah, because they can't. Yeah, just in case you go rogue.
Yeah.
Just in case. I get it. And then their whole thing was not posting our clients because I did so much makeup there. I was like a makeup mule. There we go. Couldn't post anything that we're proud of because like for privacy reasons. But I'm like, what if I ask them?
That's just it. If you have the client's permission, it's no longer between them. It's between if you're getting paid by that client, they are your customer.
Exactly.
It's gravy, man.
Well, yeah. Other than that, I thank Sephora. 100% do.
Thanks, Sephora.
I thank you. So many influential people, Sephora, and they taught me amazing things. Okay.
There you go.
And now I have new friends.
New friends, new career, new awesomeness. So I saw that you've done like some pretty intense like magazines and like and involved with like those kinds of shoots and stuff. Like I think Playboy and like is it FHM and Maxim?
RHK, they're kind of like hustler mags, and then I just joined Maxim as well.
Wow.
That's a new one this year. So we just did 3 shoots with them, and that was really fun. Yeah.
Where do you have to travel to do that?
It was nice. Even with that, I work with a crew, so it's like there's like 3 of us that are on this little crew. So I'm very, very lucky that I'm on this little crew. But we, the guy that I work for owns the rights to, like, he invests a lot into these companies as well. So we have we're getting more consistent work with it now.
Where do you travel for that? Sorry.
Around Ontario, I think the farthest I've traveled was, where was it? I don't even know. Sometimes we go in the boons. We go up north. We go up north in the country. Where
Like
was that?
Muskokas, Huntsville.
Kawartha Lakes.
Oh yeah,
Oh, wow,
It's Muskoka.
yeah.
Muskoka area. So I was up there one time. That's the farthest I've gone though. Mostly like Toronto. We've done Milton. Um, we've done different areas. Mostly Toronto though, I would say. 'Cause there's more like the studios and
Yeah, and the airport's there too.
the airport. Yep, that is very true because we do fly in people for work, which has been kind of hard with the pandemic. But
Yeah.
so far this year we've been very good. We've been good with it.
Have they stayed busy during the pandy here?
No, I will be honest. We've done some under the table works, but it's been completely legal. I've had some people on me a little bit, but like, but it's legal, so don't be on me. What and with our type of work, we're allowed to have no more than 5 people in the room. And as long as I don't know, we're doing the thing. Like, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna say anything. Well, we're doing this, right?
Yeah, we'll just do it on.
My job.
So when you got like your first big gig, what was that like, and what was it?
Oh my God! It was Playboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the Playboy is what started it. That was 2020 when I joined Playboy. March. It was a funny story. And Bruce will probably end up listening to this, so he'll find it funny. But so the photographer, his name is Bruce. I was on a Facebook group for like photographers, makeup artists. We all kind of network each other and help each other out and everything. And he saw me on there in my work. He decided to privately DM me on Facebook. And of course, I'm like, who is this older man DMing me?
Well, it's not Hef, right? Hef died in 2017 or something.
Gone.
Right? And I'm like, I don't really respond or but he wasn't being creepy or anything. He just said, hello there, my name is Bruce. Seen your work, nice to meet you. And so I was like, okay, I will open this and read it. But at first I thought he was just some creep or whatever. And thank God I opened that message because I almost didn't. And
Wow.
I hate when I get those. It's like, hey, I'd like you to sell my my soul.
I get a lot of cryptocurrency personally, and a lot of single girls from Germany. That's what I get a lot of.
Hey, how was your day doing?
Guten Tag,
I'm like,
mein Frau.
Who's learned it?
Yeah. No, seriously. But yeah, as a woman, we get that, right? So I don't know. It was weird. It was good timing because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be nice and I'll respond to him because I didn't look at his profile or anything. They said, oh, thank you. And then he got into asking me like my rates, my prices, if I've done any type of like makeup or more of like boudoir shoots or anything like that. And I've done a couple in the past, but like it is what it is. And he asked me if I did hair and makeup. And I said yes, because I'm the yes girl.
Oh.
Now, had I did hair in years? Yeah, no.
But you foot the door, didn't you?
Yes, I fake it till I make it. Okay, so
You're like, I can do a damn good buzz cut.
I'm gonna do the job for you. I can do the job. I do it. So I did it. He tried me out for the day, and I always remember the first time we shot. It was at this beautiful place called West Lakes in Toronto. I don't know if you've heard of that. If you ever stay in Toronto, stay at West Lakes. It's beautiful. Each room has its own vibe to it. And each room has their own names to it. So we are in this name called Bye Felicia.
What?
That's hilarious.
That's so funny. And yeah, it just blew my mind. Like it was insane. But yeah, I faked it till I made it the first day. And Bruce knows that now. But
did you know that before?
You like,
Did he know that before?
Not really. I just said, yeah, I can do the thing. I know I can do it, obviously, but with the hair, I'll figure it out. And I had hair in my past in my belt. And I'm like, if it's styling, like, I bet you I can do it. And I did it. And since then, I've learned a lot more, again, about hair. So, good.
Like, you obviously did a good job. It's like, would you say they're the biggest magazine on the planet? Would you say?
They used to be, I'd say.
Or in like North America at least?
Oh, they definitely used to be. I feel like with Playboy now, it's definitely a collective.
Hmm.
Did it shut down? Am I wrong? Did it shut down for a couple years once because I think they sold it, didn't they?
He didn't sell it. They shut down then because his kids screwed up. I found out a bit about that. Yeah, when he passed, his kids kind of took over, and then they wanted to make these huge changes, like for society and everything. And I get that, get it, I do. But it just what with Playboy, sex sells, and they are kind of making it more PG. They wanted to take titties off. They wanted to take they didn't want to show them. So there for a couple of years there was no boobies.
Oh.
And then so Playboy kind of went a little downhill. But then the boobies came back. Okay, but they have their own aesthetic, right? Like they're like that. The models of Playboy, they have a certain look to them. So if you kind of change it up, and people have been collecting for years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of it will affect it a bit.
How many kids did Hef have?
I think he only
paper?
I feel like he had two. I don't know.
Two with
I know it was for sure two that was helping run the company for a bit.
Just before he died too, right? Like they were working together, I believe. And then he had the girlfriends, but I don't think he had any kids with them. I'm not 100%. I'd have to look that up. But
interesting.
But like it's crazy to think though that they moved away from boobs to like the articles, because that's what they initially were. Like it was naked women, but apparently like way back in the day. Now I never saw any of the magazines from way back, but apparently they had some really good articles in there.
They had good writers, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
interesting. Oh, I didn't
know.
know.
At the end of the day, if you're, I don't know, Playboy, I felt like it was meant for that dude who had a long day's work. He'd come home, maybe flip through it a little bit. Maybe on one page there's titties, but another page there's a really nice written article for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe like a celebrity or learning how to barbecue a steak.
So when you heard like his son moving away from that, it was making you wonder maybe they're going towards like the old way that they used to run things, where it was kind of like more about the articles, right? But I recently heard that they just got that back kicking in again. But somebody made a joke. It was like 2017 was when the Me Too thing came out, and then F was like, "Peace, I'm out."
And then he died.
Yeah.
I think he was on the way up for a while.
I imagine, but it was a joke.
Yeah.
One thing that I've learned in regards to like that Playboy mansion though is like that was a sanctuary for his woman. So like whatever, I don't know what people want to think maybe what would happen there or anything like that. It was more recorded like in, I don't know, in the moment. Like say you had a party or something like that, then they'd show and everything. But honestly, every day it was just a sanctuary for the woman to feel safe and hang out. And because a lot of them models who'd come from around, and then they'd be in LA, right? And they're lucky to meet him, because then he kind of, unfortunately, or even like you hear about it all the time. It's a thing all the time. Women get taken advantage of in the industry, and that's not a thing Hef didn't do. He more so, they were like his, whether it was appropriate or not, like he took care of these women. He did.
That's good.
Well, that's
good
just
for
it,
him.
right? Like just look, like he had millions and millions of women around him. He was the most transparent guy ever. Like how many allegations do you see coming out about that guy, right?
I don't know.
Fairly any about like mistreatment or anything, right? Like lets you know that maybe he kind of was on the up and up with everything, right? I don't know. I don't know the guy.
How many shoots have you done with Playboy? After that, so with that gentleman that messaged you on Facebook.
I think we're on 7 now. I'm on 7 with them, 8 maybe. But yeah, I do spreads and covers with them, which is pretty cool now. So, and then our rights, like the last Playboy I did was America, which was really big for me, because before a lot of my stuff was more so going to like Russia. Got Playboy in every country. So
they do? Oh, I didn't know that. Weird.
Yeah, and then they got different tastes for each country. So Yeah, so like the models in Russia, like they actually really love
Bears.
big, big curvy like Amazon looking type.
I meant just bears, doesn't like a real bear.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, these women are gorgeous. Oh my god, but I've met some pretty
Tall.
in-
Scandinavian.
Amazon.
tall woman. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, woo.
Have you met anybody like where you were like really starstruck to
Was
meet
there?
them?
Yeah, have you had any like crazy like models? Like, well, I guess they're all like pretty rad.
My question first. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah.
like a starstruck.
To be honest, like I haven't really done a lot of the actual playmates. There was one, I believe. She's from Vancouver, and she came down last year, and like I was pretty excited to do her makeup.
Oh, wow.
Very beautiful blonde. Her name's April, and she's very very.
Yeah.
I don't know. She reminds me of like everything about her is very. It's all natural, but she's like the modern Marilyn Monroe, is what I would say, definitely, and it's all real.
right.
Which is like you don't see that a lot of days now, which is nothing wrong with that. But I appreciate when I see some real curves like that because it's really cool.
Are they pretty demanding on what like they want you to do, or they just saying make them look pretty?
A bit. At the beginning, I had to get used to certain things because I'm not just assessing their face; I'm doing the whole body as well. So like, I had to pay attention, especially when it came to like indoor and outdoor shoots. Because of there's things that can happen with makeup, like oxidization and things that you can't really edit out. That I had to really make sure. And so, yeah, I've had constructive criticism, and I take it all the time throughout my career. And once they've said something, like I just know how to do my job now. But at the beginning, yeah, they were pretty strict. They're pretty strict at the beginning. But now I just go and do my job, and it's just fun.
That's awesome, especially with like this crazy Canadian weather too, right? 5
Yeah.
minutes is sunny, the next minute it's snowing. It's like, what do I do?
Oh my
Bad
God.
place to have a photo shoot.
We did a photo shoot with actually one of these women. She came from Colorado. It was January 3rd, I think we did the shoot, and she literally stripped down to her bikini, and we were out in the cold, and I had my coat on and everything, and I was freezing. My eyes were watering. There's snot everywhere, and she's just like, ain't no thing, just like saying, just like, yes, I'm a model, and I'm like, I'm dying, and I have clothes on.
Yeah. Wow.
Get inside.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's because she's from Colorado or some
Colorado's
shit.
cold. It
Yeah,
gets
but so
cold
is
there too.
Canada.
Colorado gets a different type because it's a high altitude too, right?
Wow. Look at you, Bill the Science guy.
I was taking a guess. I was figuring you'd be like, no, it's not.
I'm impressed.
Close.
Was that good? Was that good?
Oh, if you ask me if I've been starstruck, though, I was starstruck with one person, and it wasn't a photo shoot. And I did, do you know Josh Groban?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I did his makeup randomly.
What?
So, like, there's this one thing, when I lived in Niagara at the blah, blah, what do you call it? The casinos, they would have shows there. And I was an on-call artist for them as well for a bit.
That's cool.
Yeah, but you did never know who you were doing. You never know who you were doing. So,
Reba
but
McEntire.
there could be like some celebrity that like you're gonna do, right? And so,
Ooh.
yeah, it just turned out I had the call, and they're like, "Hey, can you come in tonight?" And it was like 2 hours before I went in. And then it was Josh Groban being interviewed for TSN, and then he was about to perform for all these people.
You're
So I was like,
For TSN?
yeah, for TSN. I've done a couple.
Josh
of TSN.
Groban going to talk about what? That was a good sweet pass. What's his name did with the ball in the field?
I don't know, man. Maybe he's
I don't
a
know.
sports guy.
I'm a TSN. No, my God, no TS. I'm so. No, it's TSN. No, sorry, ET tonight. I'm really.
I was going to say,
You know what? There's so many
What
acronyms.
does Josh Groban know
ET,
about home runs?
TSN, ABC,
TSN.
Elemental P.
Okay,
PMA.
yeah. So our one of the brands I work for is called Maxim, and Maxim and Bare Minerals. They're in support of the Maple Leafs and the Raptors teams. So we've worked along with them, which is TSN. Not that yet. ET tonight. ET tonight.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense. That one
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
more sense.
Yeah, I understand that one.
That makes sense now. There we go.
Right. I'd say like understand like Beebs because Beeb goes to those like Groban ain't going to that.
Oh,
the
Biebs.
Beebs.
I was like, who are you talking
Justin
about?
Bieber.
Yeah. Yeah, my
You
neighbor.
know that guy around the corner here?
Yeah.
I want to do, you know what's funny? His wife is, she represents Bare Minerals, which is a brand that I work for. And I'm like, I know they live in Cambridge.
They do.
Yeah, they do. They live in Pushlinch.
I want to like walk into her one day and be like, girl, I teach a brand. Just let me hang out with you.
So what we'll do is we'll get a boat.
Are you
and we'll
telling
go
people
across-
that she has bad makeup? Is that what you're saying right now?
No, she has great makeup. I'm just saying, I just,
she wants to
oh
help?
my God. Oh yeah. I shouldn't say that.
So we got some kayaks. We knew what you meant. We knew what you
Yeah, I
meant.
know what you
We got
meant.
some
I just
kayaks.
wanna help.
And what we'll do is we'll just
Yeah, fried.
we'll go from the marina to his
Bring
house.
your kit in the
We-
backpack.
Now we might get shot. Just throwing it out
No,
there.
no, they can't. They have. They'll maybe shoot hockey pucks more than
Shoot hockey pucks. Yeah, and
That's awesome. You
Loose
should
antlers.
totally like. Yeah. You should totally try and reach out and get something crazy. But that was my next question. If you lived somewhere else, like let's say LA, would it be a different story about how you would do things and what would you be involved in with like movies maybe and things like that?
Oh, I would like. I would think so. Honestly, I would think so. Especially if I was in like the heart of LA.
Because
yeah. So it's like word of mouth. But how I work
Mm.
is I would probably walk into a place and be like, "What is up? You need an artist?" Like, it's hard to even hear. Actually, you know what? Even throughout the whole pandemic, the only country that was filming was Canada,
there you go.
and it was through Yahtzee. Yahtzee is a film crew. They do Toronto, Vancouver, and Sudbury, I believe. So I've actually been inquiring about maybe joining them here. But
That'd be cool.
if I joined them here, I could maybe one day, you never know, end up out there.
I heard Vancouver's nice but expensive.
Oh my God, yeah. No. Yeah, no. It sounds very expensive there.
Yeah.
But no, if LA, I don't know, if LA were ever to be a thing, I think I'd probably try to do the Canadian film before I go out
Mhm.
there. Probably be a good staple.
Now,
And I don't know, I'm not really a city girl. That's the other thing about me is I'm
Yeah.
a makeup artist, but I'm not a city girl. I'm an outdoors girl.
mm,
I'm just in the beauty world.
yeah, that kind of rhyme. That's like a song. Just
To make a song out
It's
of
a
it.
country song. It's a country
Beauty
song.
world. La 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 la.
Mama
Yeah. No,
here.
you had some there.
I
You had
did.
some there.
Thank you. Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's like I was hovering
Sign
above
me
my
up.
own body.
I was over.
Like I'm in a band.
I'm the best band in the world. All right. So I wanted to talk to you about this. So I know you said at the beginning of the podcast, you're like PMA has been like a huge influential thing, and I kind of wanted to hear your story about how you kind of were introduced to it, and like why do you make that part of your life?
So, how old was I? 18 or 19, I believe. I actually was introduced to PMA at Thrive Studios. It was,
Oh yeah,
Thrive, yeah. So because I went to Preston High School.
me too.
Um,
Me too.
Man, hang on a second. I gotta ask. So I was born in '86. You were probably, so you're saying you're 31?
I'm 90, yeah, born 91.
I thought she
Yeah.
was born in '91.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did not go there
No.
at the same time.
No.
I left right as you were getting there, I think.
Yeah, probably. Because
Yeah.
I was weird. I was like that. I was that girl who would like to hang out at the shops with my friends. I don't know.
Okay.
And I'd also do it at Lucky Souls.
No,
So-
we
Tattooed.
were. I was one of those weird guys that would play hacky sack outside. Outside the music room.
You think that you're like, oh my God, they're all cool. And I'm an outcast in high school, so I like these people.
Mm.
Yeah, so I was introduced to it there.
Hacky sack outside of the music room.
So, you know where the music room is?
Yes, I know where it is.
And there's like the glass to look
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
And there's the big gym. No, the cafeteria is right there.
Okay.
So where the cafeteria is,
Yeah.
and
that
the
laneway there?
two portables,
Yeah.
we'd be out there. We'd be playing hacky sack.
You just said during music class.
No, outside of the music class.
Okay. So I'm thinking Jeremy's saying that he's skipping class outside of music.
No, I always
the sack.
skipped school maybe like twice my whole high school career. I remember one time like, I'm going home. Just grab my backpack.
Jeremy,
What?
so bad. I'm gonna write you up.
I know, right? Go ahead. It was my grade 12 year. I was sitting in like math class, and I'm like, I want to go home. I just grabbed my backpack and I walked out.
You're like,
Awesome.
you know what? It's not working out today.
I wasn't having a great day, and then I got called into the office. So like, what happened? I'm like, oh, I forgot my glasses at home, so I went home.
So innocent. You're so innocent.
And she was just like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting a headache. Didn't have my glasses. And I'm like, I don't have glasses.
That's so
Oh my god! I have a feeling I was involved in that. Hey, come get me.
No, that was a whole different story for a whole nother time.
Okay.
You would actually do a podcast on that. It's talking about like what we used to
how
remember.
you
Insane Clown
graduated?
Posse. No. Anyway, we're not gonna say that. I'm sorry.
That'll be an off camera.
That'll be a Patreon only subscriber episode. Anyway,
I can't wait.
I
to
really
hear-
want to hear your story about PMA. I'm sorry, we went off a
Oh,
tangent.
yes, PMA. So yeah, this is so the person. Okay, I don't know how to put this. So the person who basically introduced me to PMA, I'm dating him now.
Yeah, Mr. Anton,
Yeah, Mr. Chris Anton. So
one of the coolest guys around. He's been on the podcasts.
yeah, so when he started at Thrive around the time that I started hanging, like he started at Thrive when I was around like 19 or something like that. And I was hanging out around the shop. I was actually kind of dating someone who cleaned their tubes. Remember when
Ooh.
people clean tubes for the tattoo machines?
No, I never heard of that.
I don't know. It used to be a thing or whatever. So like I've had random friends would go in and like clean the guy's tubes or whatever.
Rad.
It's all disposable now. They don't do it anymore. But he's the one who brought PMA to that shop. And then it's just a couple of the people I was hanging out around with. We all kind of adopted it around the time. So there's like a crew of people that kind of would get tattooed at Thrive Studios, but they're also my friends of like Kitchener Waterloo, and I would kind of like party with them and all that.
Rad.
And then we all just kind of started going on about it. But yeah, PMA to me, it's like it changed because it's like you can get your point across without showing any negativity, and like you can definitely inspire others with PMA as well. Like just shows just to live a humble life and not let things get to you. So because with me, how I look at with PMA is, yeah, I try to stay as positive as I always can and everything. But if I see someone who maybe isn't in the most positive mood, I try to understand where it's coming from. And I feel like that is positive within me to do that, to kind of look through it and then maybe try to brighten their mood. So that's why I'm known as the humble artist, because wherever I end up, I do come into a room and I want everyone to smile. I want everyone to be happy. I want everyone to kill it. I want everyone to be their best selves, because when you're your best self, it inspires everybody else, right? So
I agree.
that's it means a lot to me, especially throughout my career as a teacher and or whether I was managing. That's always how I've gotten through it. I've never been someone to try to teach or coach anyone negatively at all. It's, if anything, when it comes to education, for me, it's called gifts of change. It's like, if you want the help, you need the help, let's get you there, man. I've never agreed with like deltas or bad grades or anything like that.
Yeah, I get it.
It goes through a lot with me as a teacher, I would say. It's definitely pulled through. And then
I dig it.
and then the man I'm reconnected with, like it just humbles me that like that's just all he's about, you know. So like it's just really cool that you can reconnect with someone who has a very similar stance on you, and actually who inspired me to start the whole PMA.
Yeah, I had a very similar kind of like, for me it was more I was trying to find myself in a way, and I latched onto it coming from a background of like a conservative monotheistic Christianity. that was kind of already the vibe with me, like, you know, being kind to others and doing unto others as they would do unto you, and that kind of like that, those ideals. And for me, it was always just about like, it just felt natural, you know, just like being positive and just trying to just be the best I can be, and then also just bring that vibe to certain things. But then, you know, the hard part about it is life happens, trauma happens, stress happens, and like you have like this idea of like you're not have like a blind optimism with it. You're not just like everything's great. Like you're not running around singing that song. Everything is happy, awesome. Everything is perfect. You know that song from that like Lego movie or whatever. Like life's not all about that, but it's about in the moments where you can make a difference by not reacting negatively or not looking at things completely like a, you know, in a negative way. Those are the key moments that can really change. And you know, and not everybody's career, like I'm saying this, like not everybody's career is conducive to a positive mental attitude. Like it's not easy. Like I've tried to get cool jobs with Ernie sometimes, and I try to be a positive person. Not to throw crap on the job you do, but a lot of the guys you work with are not positive guys.
The douche hammers.
Yeah, like they they hire criminals and drug addicts and alcoholics, and I'm just like this like guy, and I'm just like hanging out.
He's eating a whole carrot for lunch, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is that guy doing in there? I don't know what Seabiscuit's doing in there."
Yeah, I was just like eating my lunch, and you know, just so it's hard. I find so if people were like talking about PMA, it's hard because not every lifestyle is conducive to it. There's also like the aspect of an like your status and how much money you make. The word just slipped my mind. Economic status. Oh my god, it just ran away.
Had you not been playing hacky sack, I bet you could learn that word.
You know what I'm talking about. For some reason though, like it's so complicated, but it's so simple as well. And I'm lucky. I have a job where I can literally bring it every day. I was even on the Christmas card that my manager, not to boast, but I got a Christmas card and said, "Hey, thanks for bringing your positive attitude."
You got a Christmas card?
Yeah, man.
Lucky bastard.
I got some chocolate too. Now, Ernie, let me ask you: when you're training people, how much positivity do you bring to the environment?
As long as you're listening, I'm positive. But I'm pretty positive that I'm going to get pissed if you stop listening. Because I do training a lot. That's mostly my job from what I do is I do heavy equipment. So I train people how to run heavy equipment. So my job is to make sure, number one, out of all things, because I'm a health and safety rep as well, is to make sure we all show up, go home in the same situation we showed up in. So when you stop listening, Ernie starts getting mad.
Yeah.
And Ernie starts yelling.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty positive as long as you're listening. Because I don't want to die. We're driving.
And that itself I was using that as an example, as in like, it's not an easy time. So for people to like say like you and me and Ernie, let's say like we try and like strive for that every day to be positive. It's not easy. I think it's easier to be grumpy. I think it's easier for people to be negative, and I think it's easier for people to bring that to their life. But that's a short-term way of looking at life, and if you think of it as like life as like a long-term scale, bringing positivity, it's just like those simple moments. You know what I mean? Like in the drive-thru, saying thank you. Yeah, like if someone wants to pull in front of you, like when they're driving around, like let them pull in front of you. If you can see somebody's being grumpy, like why add that energy in? Take a second and think about what, like you said, it's about the perspective. Like you see someone having a bad day, like you're gonna bring it in and be like, I'm gonna make you smile and laugh and like, you know. Sorry, I went on a rant there.
Yeah, see, I'm not gonna let it affect me. If I can do anything to maybe help them spit it, that's what I normally do now. Because I know it comes from somewhere else. It's not me.
Yep.
Whether it's hurtful towards me or if they are hurting somebody or hurtful towards somebody else and their words, it has nothing to do with anyone but themselves at the end of the day.
Yep.
Here's from one trainer to another. What is easier, to train somebody who has no experience or to train somebody who has a bunch of experience?
I got an answer for you, but I'll let her answer it.
I'll tell you my experience after you're done.
That's a tough one. Honestly, I've had both. It's hard because as someone who already knows what they're doing, let's say, in my career, there's no right or wrong. Honestly, I feel like
Right,
with
right.
makeup, it comes down to expression and doing it at like work harder, not. I mean, no, work smarter, not harder. That's what we do. So there has been people where like I've tried to educate and like obviously it hasn't come through or anything, and they still doing the same thing. But you know what? They want to work harder. I mean, they want to make their life harder. That's okay. I would say a newbie. I've really enjoyed my makeup babies. I call them my babies. Anyone who's new into the industry, they're just fresh and they're excited. So I feel like the excitement that they have and everything, like it's much easier for it to definitely for them to retain the information that I am teaching them with the newbies. But then I've had people like artists like myself who've been in it. I've educated people who have been in it longer than I have just because of certain positions I've had, and they're not hard headed, and they'll be like, "Oh shit, you just blew my mind. Thank you. Thanks for helping me. I wish I would have known that years ago." But I want to hear maybe your perspective when you're in your line of job as well.
Brand new, 100%.
Brand new.
Because I don't have to break bad habits. It's and a lot of it too is I know better. So why should I? And I've been training. So I've been doing my job for about 14 years now, and I've been training for about 10 years of that. And I can tell you, so I was training. I started training when I was 24, and I was training guys that were twice my age, and they would be coming in with an attitude going, why the shit am I listening to a 24-year-old who's telling me how to run my job that I've been doing for 25 years?
Right.
And it makes it so much difficult because you're trying to be PM&A, but at that point, being nice is not getting through. So that's when you go, oh, we're going to just stop listening? Then maybe we're just going to stop working. So you can go home. Yeah. And it's tough love kind of kicks in at that point. But for me, 100% brand new. Because you get them like they're like it's really cool because they come in if they've never worked with heavy equipment, every single training I've had drives their car up to the vehicle that they've run and take a picture to show the aspect ratio between the giant truck that they're running now and their own car. Everybody does it. It's hilarious.
That's awesome. Well, it's great too, like bringing them up, like somebody new. And like what you said, I really liked what you said. You're not teaching any bad habits.
I think for me, it's not. If it's a new person, it has to be a person who's willing to put in the work.
Yep.
And it has to be someone who's willing to like bring a really good vibe. My job's all about the vibes. We take care of people every day, and like it really is like the vibe you bring in is the vibe that like you like. It's felt. It reverberates through the whole place where you're working. So if you got someone coming in who's new, and they're not ready to rock and roll and have some fun and high five and like, just like laugh and joke around, like it makes it hard. If you're just a new person and I have to drag you around all day, and like, okay, don't do that. Okay, hang on, come here. Okay. If they do, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not good. It has to be definitely someone with an enthusiasm, or it's just like, we're like, okay, this is just a paycheck. Like,
I stopped for 3 years. I actually just started doing it again this year because they begged me to do it. Because I got a whole bunch of guys that were driving me nuts, and I just said I couldn't do it anymore because I'm like, I am putting forth a bad attitude, and everybody could tell that I was just coming at it going, who in the fuck is it this time?
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I stopped for a while.
That was like me in my Sephora career. Like I got to the point where I was over it, but I wasn't about to. But it was far gone with that whole Sephora stuff. So I was like, I'm not gonna fight it. I'm just gonna leave because I know I'm not like I don't want to ruin. I think for me is anyone who is new, if I was feeling a certain way and I wasn't loving my job, or if I was kind of getting upset or whatever, I didn't want to crush somebody's dreams, if that made any sense. Like it's not that it's a dream to work at Sephora, but obviously somebody just started and they're so excited, right? They're about to sell makeup. They're new. They're there. They're ready. They're ready to work and everything. And if my attitude was not there, like if I wasn't who I am, and that it could really reflect on them, and that would make me feel very bad. So that's why I actually had to leave Sephora, because I wasn't myself by the end, you know, like I was overworked, I was overrun, and I had a lot of personal issues going on outside of Sephora too. And yeah, they say don't bring it to work, but at the end of the day, it's very hard not to, especially if it's super serious, right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh no. Oh yeah. No, you
I was
go
gonna say, and I like you. Both of you guys have a really good point, and I just thought of this when you were saying it. Like if you're able to train someone and they're willing, and you're able to say, hey, this is actually the vibe that we bring. Like this is the positive place where you're gonna bring. And this is how we're all like it. You can kind of bring someone into that way of thinking and kind of change them in a positive way. Like, hey, like we have a good time. Like we just think positive about things. We're optimistic. Like we're real. Within it, there's trouble, but like we're gonna have fun. Like and that attitude through like difficulties and like any job, inconveniences, like let's say that Tim Hortons made your coffee wrong, or like, you know, when you're negative, those things affect you more and it brings you way down. But if we're able to just go, hey man, what's up? Like whatever, like who cares? Like I remember walking into work one day and there was a new guy and he was drinking from my mug, my coffee mug. Like, and that's like a thing at our work. Like everybody has their own mug and stuff. And he was drinking mine. It was like a Hogwarts cool mug.
I'm waiting for the story to end. Like, and that's when I killed him.
No. I smashed it over his head. No. I was just like, hey man. I'm like, hey man, sweet mug. He's like, yeah, I found it in the cupboard. It's pretty cool. I'm like, that's my mug, bro. And he's like, oh really? I'm like, dude, we just have our own mugs here. No big deal. I'm like, you just kissed me. That's all. Like, I don't really wash my mug. I just like, you know. He's like, oh god. But it was like, you know, it was hilarious.
I
wash it.
Please take your hands around my neck, sir. I apologize.
I wash it. I just don't throw it in the dishwasher because I don't want it to break. That's all I'm saying, people. It gets washed. Trust.
Okay, I'm not judging you.
Anyway,
he doesn't wash it. I guarantee he doesn't wash it.
You know, but like that kind of stuff, like it can ruin. Like, the things that make or break your day is just like, you know, why make a choice to just always land positively. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I've really been trying to catch myself because, like, I don't know. I feel like life's very good for myself right now. Like, honestly, like, life's always good. Life's a journey.
Yeah.
Life's a fucking journey. Even if shit happens, it's still good. Whatever. I'm still alive.
Yeah. Do you feel bad saying that sometimes?
Sorry?
You feel bad saying that sometimes? Like, life's good.
I do, because you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I had a pretty rough go for the last 2 years. So it's weird saying it because I'm so clear in the head now. Like, things are rolling, things are good, and yeah, the empath in me like knows like that there's still so many people struggling, right? So that it kind of gets at me sometimes, and I feel like I don't want to rub it in people's faces. I don't want to do that, but also I wasn't able to rub anything in anyone's faces for years because I was just not. I was a lost person, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that vibe.
What I try to do because I'm in a great place though, is I want to help people get there. So like I try to post silly shit all the time. I try to post stuff in relation to others. I try to post I don't know. I want to relate with people. I really want to relate with them and let them know I know what it's like. I know how it feels. I'm not there right now, but you can also be here with me, you know? Mm-hmm. You can come here, come to this side too. It can happen.
Yeah. That's like the key thing.
Yeah, it's the key thing. So I'm trying to inspire people with my happiness, not rub it in.
Yep, I know that vibe. People all, you know, everybody's gonna ask you. What's the first thing people ask you with COVID? Hey, how you doing? And you're like, do I want to be honest, or do you want me to like tell you what everybody else is saying? Like, I'm always like, I'm doing great. like I can't complain. Like, I keep myself busy. And I find things that make me happy, and I do the things that make me happy. And I'm sorry to all the people that struggled. I know a lot of people that have struggled. COVID has not been easy to a lot of our friends that have small businesses, a lot of our tattoo friends that have had to struggle, and it hasn't been easy. Personally, I've been doing pretty good, but maybe that's just my perspective because I do pretty good every day. I think I have like one bad day a year.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if you do it this way, Jeremy, but I take it day by day. Like I really try not to, like, the
Yeah.
past is nothing for me anymore. I don't think about any of that.
I forget about it sometimes.
Right now I'm trying not to think too much about my future. I just want to take it day by day, like just assess my body, like, hey, how much strength do I have today? I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gonna try to get as much shit done today as I can. And then maybe I'll have
Yes.
a day where I can't. And I'm not gonna beat myself up if I just lay on my couch for a whole day.
Yeah, like, well, that's what's up. Yeah,
Gotta-
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Day by day. See, we were talking about it. Even with PMA, like, can't it can't be positive all the time. Like, we're human.
No.
We have emotions, right? So, but it's what we do with them.
Yeah, and then it's when it matters most. Like, I could be at home and Jocelyn's like, "Hey, what did you do all day?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I did this," and like unenthusiastically. But if something had to happen where I had to go and do something, I'm like, "Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's make it happen." You know. So that's what I think. That's where we all land on it. So here's a question. So you got a lot going on right now, and so things are picking up with the like. What do you got going on? What's new? What's exciting for you right now in your life? Day by day, I guess.
Day by day, yes, day by day, but definitely. Well, I kind of let you guys know. The future. I am excited for the future this year because I was talking about that whole my friend's bridal company, and like we're kind of spinning that up. So I'm starting to get booked all summer already. So that's new and exciting for me, knowing I will be financially great.
Awesome.
And from June, I'm being booked insanely right now, and I'm so thankful for it. But I also am low key educating myself on becoming getting into microblading with brows. So
Ooh.
I haven't announced it or anything like that, but it's definitely something I kind of want to add into my career.
Yeah.
Just I don't know, see where it goes with it. But so right now I'm investing into that. So getting the proper education, how to go forward, talk to the proper people, and yeah, eventually this is a new game plan. Other than that, nothing really too new and exciting.
That's new and exciting.
Other than I'm just working.
Living your life.
That's the newer thing. That is the newer thing. So I just
Good.
whenever that happens, yeah. So new things this year. I always have goals. Always have to have a goal. So that's my goal this year. It's a bigger one. But I think with like I have a clientele in my industry, so hopefully maybe some of them follow into it. That's my thing. I'm like, if I get into this, because that's another thing. There's a lot of, or just like makeup artists, there's a lot of women aspiring to either be brow artist or lash artist. So it's like, what's going to differentiate you, right? So that's my kind of like my action plan right now, and I feel like it's my whole career falling in behind, maybe getting into the brow tattooing and everything.
That'd be cool. That'd be awesome. Not like you don't have anybody that doesn't know anything about tattooing around here or anything, so.
I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone.
Man.
Yeah, he actually helped inspired me with that too a little bit, because he can see that in me. So I'm like, oh, that's the other thing. When other people see something in me, I really try to own in on it a bit, because sometimes you can't see those things yourself, right?
Yeah.
What you might be good for.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah. That's definitely a vibe. Man,
It's
that's so
nice to
cool.
have support.
That's so cool. Yeah, you know what? We haven't really had like a long PMA conversation ever. We've been doing it. This is our 89th episode, and you're the first person I think that we've had a full. I knew that we would have it. Just I really wanted to get into like the grit and maybe help people kind of understand what PMA is all about and how it can really change your life. We're not a cult, you know? Like it's not like a cult we're trying to like push people on.
One of us.
What? It's just like this idea about like
Activity and love. That's all it is.
it's like every single choice you can make in your life, you can make a choice that can actually impact someone else and also make you feel better and then move you forward instead of holding you back. That's the best way I can describe it.
Circle.
I'm not going to elaborate anymore. You know what? Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Yeah,
I
we
really
really-
appreciated this
yeah.
conversation.
How I look at PMA is, if I can eat, you're eating too. That's how I look at PMA. So if I'm happy, I'm gonna try to bring happiness to you as well.
That's what's up.
Kinda
That's
let
what's up.
There's a gangster
The-
saying
She
about
just
that,
answered it.
Yeah.
She's the humble artist, and she said the most humble thing you can say at the end. Wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me on here. Oh my God, it was so lovely.
This was a lot of fun. Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah.
have you. So we're gonna have to have you back.
Maybe in studio, maybe.
Yeah. You can come and hang out with us.
I
Would
want
you be down for that?
with you guys anytime. If you ever want like some random high like girl voice just randomly in there, like I'm fucking there. Okay.
You could do some voice acting for us.
If you can get me in with some voice acting, I would be very happy. Cause like
We got an in.
tell me that. I don't know how to even do that.
I know. I mean, like we could like you could even do like an ad for us at the end. Like, thanks for listening to the PM&A pod. Like something cool like that.
Yeah, I'll do anything for you guys.
All right. We're
I
down.
appreciate you doing this, and I love that. I don't know. I just love the positive message that you can give out to people because everyone needs that right now, especially.
Yeah. Yep. And that's our vibe. Our thing is like people have stories and they're important to hear. Other people should hear important stories because it inspires people to like just like that's what got me. That's what got me was a story. Like years ago, it was a good story I heard, and it was people that were making a difference. And I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
Thank you. That means so much to me that you saw that in me. because
Absolutely.
that's
First
me.
time I met you, I was just like, she's what's up.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome.
Well, you guys have a wonderful evening, and
Yeah.
thank you again so much. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Thanks for hanging out with us.
I hope everyone understands my interview today.
Absolutely. No, it was so much fun. And it's so much like, these ones are so much fun because it's like a lot of pressure off us because you're a homie. You know what I mean? Like sometimes Ernie and I were like, okay, let's button up. It's going to be stressful because like, you get these people on that are like intimidating. And we knew bringing it on. So this was a fun one just to kind of hang out and just like.
And I wasn't nervous or anything because I know you. So I was like, I feel like this is going to be a good conversation,
Just a rad
sure.
conversation.
This is a girl conversation.
Well, you enjoy your margarita.
Yeah,
We'll talk to you around.
okay, bye. Have a good night.
Bye-bye. See ya.